gathered behind me. But I think I'm going to need a little bit of help because I don't think I can remember the names of all of these instruments. So can anyone tell me the name of that instrument back there? Any guesses? Not quite. Not a violin. Any more guesses? Yeah, it's a piano. So why don't we hear a little tune from Brian on the piano? Drosselmeyer took out the best gift of all, a splendid Nutcracker doll, and in his elegant uniform he was an absolutely fine sight, and Clara's eyes opened wide with delight. But before Clara's thanks had even been spoken, Fritz grabbed the doll and it was broken, and Herr Drosselmeyer, being kindly and good, tried mending the Nutcracker's splintered wood. And then they returned to much feasting, dancing, and play. And as the night grew darker, Drosselmeyer left on his sleigh, and through the cold air the moon led his way. As they waved goodnight, Clara's mother said, "Hurry now, children, it's time for bed." And later that night, as the silent house slept, Clara rose from her bed, and down the stairs she crept. Then, among all the presents that Drosselmeyer had brought, she quickly sought the Nutcracker. And snuggling down with the doll at her chest, she waited for sweet dreams to fill her night's nest. But before very long, she woke with a fright, startled by strange sounds in the still and dark night. Sitting up quickly and blinking her eyes, she saw that the toys had all grown to life size, and her beloved Nutcracker stood mighty and tall, and beside him young Clara felt small. Behind him, timid soldiers stood in a row, with muskets all loaded and ready to go. Then a troop of gray mice marched into the room and started a battle by the light of the moon. They marched in straight lines, steady and strong. They battled and flashed, making seconds seem long. The king of mice led his army and bombarded the soldiers, looking set to win. And the mighty Nutcracker commanded as best as he could, but they were outnumbered. It didn't look good. And Clara watched the entire scene unfold with eyes wide open in amazement. Then the Nutcracker fell, but Clara took her shoe, aimed at the mouse king, and desperately threw. The soldiers all cheered. The king was struck down. The mice were defeated, and the toys seized the crown. The celebrations continued, and the king's soldiers danced with delight. And when Clara looked into the Nutcracker's eyes, she was amazed and gasped with surprise. For during the battle, or perhaps even since, he had changed from a doll to a handsome young prince. Now the prince looked at Clara, bowed down, and declared, "Come, my dear Clara, let's go outside." The prince led Clara to a magical sleigh that flew through the night to a land far, far away. There, beneath the stars twinkling bright, enchanted snowflakes danced through the night. The starry skies sparkled as they flew the air, princess and prince in beautiful hair. The dance is for you, the handsome prince said, but we mustn't stop here, there's more fun ahead. They climbed on the sleigh and off they would soar, for far from the horizon was much, much more. And they journeyed on to the kingdom of sweets, a land full of dancing and sugary treats. The sugar plum fairy, so dainty and nice, danced especially for Clara on a stage of sparkling ice. Next came the dance for the sweets of the world, who made Clara dizzy as they twisted and twirled. The dancing and magic continued through the night, the ice, the snow, the fairies shining bright. The next thing she knew, Clara was awoken, and her Nutcracker doll was no longer broken. Had her adventure been all that it seemed, or was it just a fantasy that she had dreamed? Clara's questions were soon chased away, as Fritz woke up and wished her a Merry Christmas Day. And thus concludes the story of the Nutcracker. Thank you everyone for coming to listen to our story. And before you leave, if you want to come up and ask some questions to any of our instrument players and take a closer look, but don't touch because it's a bit fragile. You can ask questions about instruments, ask questions about anything in general. And I hope everyone has a happy holidays. Thank you.
Thank you.